Oh, hey guys, what's up? It's been a minute since I've done a video. Sorry about the delay, but I've been so busy with my new job and everything, and I swear to God, every time I go to record with my software here, it just gets worse and worse every time. So I apologize. The audio is a little out of sync. I don't even feel like explaining how that even fucking happened, but this is the Final Fantasy XIII-2 demo that came out on the PSN. You actually start a save file just for the demo. Which leads me to believe that the full demo is probably pretty long. I probably won't do the whole thing, but just wanted to do a video just to kind of compare it to the first one and just see, what the differences are between the two. I know they talked a lot about revamping the combat system and everything, so I'm really curious about that. That and the the addition to more lore and being able to learn more backstory about things. So here we are. Looks like we're on Cocoon or something. Oh, that's cool. We're on apparently episode 2. This is probably so that you don't start the demo at the very beginning of the game. Puts you right into the episode 2. It appears. Weird looking portal thingy, and a Moogle, which is awesome. Kind of glad they put that in the game. Apparently it follows you around. I'm not sure what it does, other than that, but it seems like it follows it around. That's one of the new main characters there, hanging out with Sarah. Oh, I don't think it doesn't let you skip any of this in the demo here, but it's all good, I guess.
You can see the ground.
Yeah, it looks like it's his first time on in the inside of Cocoon here, so he's all psyched about that, I suppose.
I forgot. This is your first time here.
It looks like the portal thing that they went through is it kind of looks like the portals in the cradle at the end of the first game, where you can use to teleport from area to area. So I'm wondering if there'll be a lot of those in this game to allow you to travel through different areas. There's a giant hand. It was actually, when they were showcasing the new battle system and everything, they actually showed a lot of footage from this fight in previous previews before the demo was released, so I'm assuming I have to fight this thing. It's actually not even just a big hand. It's a big hand that's attached to something. It looks like an invisible giant, something like that. So he's ready to break out with his crazy sword thingy, whatever that is. And there he goes. This is going to be a cutscene until I actually fight him, I guess. Oh, what the? That's awesome. Sarah apparently has this really sweet bow weapon. That looks really badass as well. It's a paradigm shift tutorial. If you haven't played the first game, your paradigms are basically split up between different strategies like Medic, Sentinel, Saboteur, Ravager, and Commando. Basically, each one has a specific role, and you can assign different roles to the different players, which create a paradigm. And they're titled differently depending on what skills you put on each person. Stagger bar is the same as it was. Basically, you use Commando to raise the stagger bar, and you raise it up. Raising it up with Commando actually allows it lowers quicker or slower. Ravager brings it up faster, but it also makes it drain faster. So you want to balance your combat between Ravager and Commando if you're trying to stagger. Oh, some active time event here. That's in addition to the battle system. I'm guessing those are random events that happen in the middle of the battle that will cue you to push a certain button to help you dodge or attack something in a special way. The combat, it's similar, but it's different. I don't really know how to explain it, but if you have played the first game and then played this demo, you'll know what I mean. On the surface, it's similar, but there's a lot of additional things you can do now. The active time battle events. There's actually cutscenes built into the fights now. There usually wasn't those in the first game. Here's alright, this one. These are pretty easy to do. I'm imagining that some of them will be a shorter time period to actually push a button.
You okay?
Yeah.
Than this one is, because this one's pretty easy to do. So get an extra So complete the whole thing, and just automatically staggers him. Once you stagger something, just like in the first game, you could raise it up really fast using Ravager, and the higher the percentage is over the stagger percentage, the more damage you do just in general. So it's good to, once you stagger something, it's good to just nail them with a bunch of Ravager and crank up the percentage really, really high, and then switch back to Commando and just tank them. You can do the best damage that way, unless you have obviously really, really high magic. Seems like Sarah is kind of going to play the healer mage role, kind of like Hope was in the first game. That's, you know, just from this battle, it seems like she's kind of a weak melee combat character, so you probably gonna want to use her for your medic class and your saboteur and whatnot, or your synergist or whatever. I forget the name. The guy that gets you buffs. There's another little active time event. Oh, I gotta mash the button there. And that has nothing to do with my characters, but apparently by mashing that, these crazy ass ships will attack this guy.
Hostile located. Engage at will.
But yeah, again, it really sucks that I don't have a better means of recording things, or else I'd be doing these a lot more. I don't know. I've got to find a way to make this better until I have a definite amount of money that I know I can spend on a new laptop and everything. I'm going to be stuck doing these, unfortunately. I mean, it's not a big deal, but I'd like to do more. So that was the battle. I didn't really kill it, but that's the end of the battle, I suppose. It's got these little prologue things, basically just giving you details about the current chapter, just like in the first game where you had your data logs that gave you information about what was going on, and your all the enemies you fight, you get info for. Yeah, there you go, data log updated or whatever. So Brasha Ruins. You apparently have to find something in the ruins, whatever that is. Yep, the paradigm system here is set up the same as it was in the first game. Basically, assign a role to your characters. Each character, you know, can play any role, and by leveling up the Crystarium, you could choose to, you know, put them into certain skill sets. What it's good to do is usually keep them at their best. Yeah, every person has like a stronger point, like they're better at certain things. So it's best to keep them at their best thing throughout the game. And then once you get to end game content, what you should do is level everyone up to max for every class. So then when you fight the end game guys, you can have a full party of everybody. Basically, your goal at the end is you're gonna want a paradigm for every class, and you want all three characters to be maxed out for every class. So you'll have a paradigm for Commando, you'll have a paradigm for Ravager, you'll have a paradigm for Synergist, you'll have a paradigm. Basically, you want all three players to have the same exact class for your final paradigms. That's how you're gonna maximize your damage output and your healing and your defense all at the same time. The Crystarium there looked the same. Nothing too different about that. Noticing the fact that what's really cool here is you could talk with the characters that are just walking around the city. It's more free roaming. Like, you can just run around and explore or whatever. It's not like okay, here's this, go there, and that's all you can do. Like, I could run around this town right here and just chat it up with people and explore stuff. I mean, the map is still there. You still have your boundaries like usual. I mean, you're in a town. But there's more to do. I could run around and, like I said, talk to people, which is nice. Final Fantasy XIII didn't really have a means to just kind of kick back and talk to people and learn more about backstories and things, but in this game it seems like they fixed that. The fact that you could listen to people's conversations and talk to people, and, you know, it just adds more lore to the game, which I think 13 was lacking. I mean, the story was good, but it didn't really have any backstory. That was totally lacking, in my opinion. There's another one of these teleporter thingies. They look exactly like the ones from the Cradle in the first game, so I'm assuming they're definitely going to be things that are utilized throughout the game to transport maybe from city to city or different areas or whatever. But I'm supposed to go to those ruins right now, the Brasha ruins or whatever, but I'm just kind of running around exploring. The treasure spheres are still the same. They look the same. They're scattered, you know, throughout the map. They give you items when you open them, just like a regular treasure chest. Not too much different there. I like how I don't know, just everything is it's a lot more alive than the first game. Like, the first game was like point A, point B, and there's nothing really in between. Like, this has got like maybe a point A to point B thing, but there's, you know, a bunch of different points in between each main thing that you can go to do. And what the fuck is this lady?
Welcome, get your traveling credits here.
Chocobolina?
The beauty's all mine, but the products can be yours. But this might be a once in a
chick
lifetime
with huge
choco-amazing
boobs dressed like a
opportunity,
chocobo.
so don't miss out.
And she is the game's traveling merchant that
What do you have for sale?
actually
I thought
just
you'd never ask.
oh my god, just sells stuff to you throughout the game. You'll find her in different cities, from what I've heard and read about. And I guess she'll have different items, you know, at different points of the game. I'm curious to see if she's the only merchant that you're ever going to buy things from, and she just travels along with you, and more stuff gets added to her shop inventory as the game goes, or that's just going to be one of the many shops that you see, just like in the first game. There were different company shops or whatever, you know, that would sell specific things like materials or weapons or healing items and potions and things like that.
Because we can't let Atlas shut this place down. We need to
I guess your characters like randomly have conversations about the current events while you're just running around, and the dialogue there, if you have the subtitles on, will just show up and scroll there, which is kind of neat. Battles are interesting. They just kind of show up. It doesn't look like the enemies are there from a distance. Like in the first game, you're able to see them. It looks like they appear, and then you have a certain amount of time to catch them off guard, like as quick as you can. The faster you engage in the battle, once the enemies appear, the more advantage you have in the fight. So let's fuck these guys up. Paradigms that I made, I don't know, I just kind of want to experiment. It's probably not going to work very well, but I wanted to make a paradigm, you know, for each class, like I did in 13, first one. And it's probably not going to work because my skills aren't leveled up. But basically what I'm doing here is it's not really working with staggering, but I'm basically showing you how you would stagger something quickly by using Ravager and Commando and shifting between the two to keep the bar going up high. But these guys aren't too weak or too strong, so it's not going to take very long to kill them. So it's not really the point of staggering them. We're just going to kick their ass. Again, I apologize for the audio of the game being out of sync. Like I said, I have no idea what the fuck happened when I recorded this. That never happens. I've never seen that happen with the program I'm using. I've seen it happen with Pinnacle Studio 15, but the other recording software that I use, it's never happened, and it happened when I recorded this, unfortunately, so I apologize for that. I'm going to try and figure out what happened, and hopefully I can fix it. Paradigm Pack Unlocked. That's a new feature that I'm sure they'll tell me about right now. Monsters turning to crystals. I'm guessing this is what they were talking about kind of like a Monster Hunter type thing, where the enemies you kill in the game could potentially turn into crystals, and you could capture those crystals, and then you can actually put a creature into your party for each party member that you have in your party. So you have 3 people in your party, and you can have a creature linked to that person for each person. And the creatures actually act as like mini classes themselves. Like let's say you have a creature that's like a healer that acts as a medic in your paradigm. So instead of just having 3 people making up one paradigm, you could potentially have 3 characters and 3 creatures that will generate a paradigm of 6 classes. So there's a lot of room for variance of different things, and I'd imagine maybe by the end game you might not even have to have all the classes of, you know, three of the same for every paradigm, because you can have these creatures that can also be part of your paradigms, and you can level them up and they gain skills with you. So I'll go ahead and put the guys that I just captured in these little slots. Yeah, there's an empty third one, but yeah, basically it looks like each one is linked to a person somehow. Another cool thing is you could switch, just like in the first one, you can switch your leader, so you don't have to always control this guy when you're running around. You can switch between whoever you want to be the leader, which is good for certain characters that have abilities that they won't use as an AI, but they'll use if you manually choose them to. Just like the special attacks in the first game, the AI would never use them, So if you wanted to use, for instance, Snow's High Wind, or not Snow's High Wind, what's her name? Fang's High Wind attack, you had to be controlling her to be able to use that, because the AI would never use those skills.
We need an artifact to open it, right?
Right.
That's still there. Again, more people to talk to here. That, I don't get that. The Moogle just, the Mog just kind of like ran away from me and is sitting in that spot with a light over its head. I have no idea what this means. So I'm just, I don't know, maybe I'll just keep going. I have no idea. That's confusing me. We should go this way. Oh, see, this is one of those battle sequences I was telling you about. Like I couldn't see them, so it almost makes it more like a random battle thing. I had no ideas that they were there; they just appeared, and I engaged them right away. So let's see what happens. This paradigm thing that I decided to do just as a test is actually probably going to work against me. Not really a good idea in hindsight, for sure. But I'm too lazy to fix it, and it's just a demo. And I don't even think I'm going to save it this time. This is my first time playing it. Like, literally just turned it on for the first time and started recording. So, you know, in the future, if I try to do the demo again, I'm going to, you know, actually do it right. And maybe I'll do some, you know, make some save files for each area in this and kind of do like a walkthrough / playthrough of the demo, because I have a feeling it's a long demo, seeing as you actually have to make a save file for it, which is kind of cool. Almost makes me wish all demos were like that, but then again, a lot of games are much shorter than this, so then it would kind of just defeat the purpose of having a demo in the first place. So yeah, I'm getting fucked up right now. This paradigm idea was not good, but I will persevere with one character. Yeah, this is a bad idea. It's a horrible idea. Clearly, as you can tell, I cannot output enough damage and heal myself in a timely fashion, so we're kind of stuck in a stalemate here. Yeah, this it's not working at all. So I don't know. This is fucking. Come on. That's retarded. What I should probably do is probably check to see if I have any items. Maybe the game gave me some items that I'm not looking at because I'm just fucking around here, wasting my goddamn time. So yeah, okay, alright. It's getting now it's definitely. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna kill this guy and be able to properly do what I want to do here. What is this rough? Oh my god, are you serious? They gave me like a mass amount of potions and Phoenix Downs. They didn't even tell me. They didn't even tell me. So, well, now everything changes. Now I can make this work. I can make this work. This battle is going way too long, and I know you can tell me I suck. I do suck right now at the beginning of this first playthrough here. Yeah, definitely. It's like my second or third fight, and I'm getting my ass kicked. But that was my fault for making a stupid paradigm at the beginning. It was pointless, and it didn't work. But fight's over. I still won. I told you I was gonna win. No stars, but that doesn't matter. I still win. Oh, these little those little interaction things where you can jump. In the first game, they automatically made you jump as soon as you walked onto them. In this game, you can manually jump whenever you want by pushing circle. Oh, there's that bar. So the more that bar goes down, the less of a chance you have of getting an advantage in the fight. So you want to act fast when the enemies appear, like I just did. It wasn't too fast, but I still got a preemptive strike because I was in the green on the timer. So I got a preemptive there, and we're gonna make this fight a lot better than the last one. If I could stagger them properly, it would be great too. Notice there's more paradigms now that have automatically been created because I have a third-party member that is one of those creatures, or two of those creatures, sorry. And those creatures add skills to my current paradigms, which will change their name and change the change what they are, and you know, as a whole. So I like the new combat system. It seems like there's so much room for, you know, different ways to do things this time around. Like the first game was good, but in the end, everybody was just like, all right, this is what you should do. These are the characters you should use, and that's that. Like, it's nice to know that in this game there's a lot of room for changing things up. So it makes you wonder, you know, how many different combinations are going to actually work very well for endgame content, because there's probably a lot more of them this time around. So I'm kind of excited about that. The combat system it's not different. They never said it was going to be different, but they've added to it and they've tweaked what's already there. And I'm definitely not complaining about that. A lot of people complained in the first game that the combat system was really basic and it was a button mash, blah blah blah, like keep pressing X or whatever, and all you gotta do is keep attacking. But later on in the game, that completely changes. You can't do that anymore. You need to build your characters around specific paradigms, and you need to be constantly shifting those paradigms to get things to stagger and get it to work properly. It's not a button mash like everyone says it is. It's not like, oh yeah, all you gotta do is keep pressing X, blah blah blah. Yeah, you could do that for like the first maybe chapter or two where you don't have any skills to use and you don't have as many party members, but trust me, when you get to the middle of the game, like middle towards the end of the game, and you're trying to figure out how the fuck am I going to stagger this guy and how am I going to keep myself healed, then you start realizing you're like, okay, I need to make some paradigms specifically for this fight, and that's when it gets a little bit more in depth. And in this game, to have the extra creatures in your party adds to the detail and uniqueness of the battle system. Also in this game, the side quests are you can get from random people from talking to them, so it actually kind of gives you an incentive to talk to people throughout the town, because some of them will actually just give you a side quest. It's not like a Seath Stone, where the only side quests you had were when you got to the surface, and you had to talk, you know, you had to go to the Seath Stones and get your side quests. In this game, there's actually people just walking around that are like, hey, can you help me with this? Which is neat, you know. So it's like side quests throughout the game. It's not side quests just for endgame, you know. Like you go to the surface and you do a couple quests on Grand Pulse, and then you got to go level some more, and then you can do a couple more quests, and that's like chapter 11 to 13. This game, we're on episode 2, and I'm getting offered side quests, which leads me to believe that the whole game will just be filled with random side quests that I can do throughout, you know, the storyline. I'm just skipping these enemies. I'm gonna stop recording very shortly. I can't find the cemetery thing, the gravestones that she's talking about. Yeah, this is just a quick video I wanted to do for a preview, and you know, just to show you guys what this was all about, and talk a little bit about some of the differences that I've noticed while playing the demo. So, like, if I can get this, if I can get the laptop, you know, working properly and doing the recording properly, I'd like to do a couple more videos for this demo before the game releases, because I will be picking it up. But hopefully I can afford a new laptop for the next couple months. So thanks for watching, guys. Limit Break Gamers, Frosty, out. Have a good one. Peace.